And look at that. We're back. We were gone so long.
Now, we don't know how long it takes you to get from the last video to this video, but literally it was not even a tenth of a mile that we turned the video
It's
back
literally like a second. So, in fact, if you watch the end of the last one and you watch the end of the first of this one, you'll probably be able to see some of the same stuff.
on. It'll look kind of the same.
Little store on the side of the road.
Hey, you can get tire chains right there.
Little nice. So I think we're gonna run this all the way to Placerville. This video.
And you'll be able to see the sign coming up that
Yeah,
tells you
Placerville
how
is 31
further
miles, so
that
I don't know if we'll go that far or not.
is.
Maybe we'll go to Pollock Pines.
Yeah. There. Of a place we have no idea what that is.
We don't know what's
where
there.
that
I'm
is or
assuming
what
there might
it
be
is.
pine trees there.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody named Pollock? Oh, no.
Elevation 4,000 feet. Check
Hey,
that out.
another 1,000 feet, and there's a fire somewhere.
Yeah, there's
some
smoke somewhere.
Unless it's around a campground or something. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Or just the bright rays of sunshine.
We'll just
in
drive
the
through that
smoky
real quick.
area.
So yeah, the still on US 50 here in California. Headed to Pollock Pines, where I guess we'll smell that. Yeah, I'm not. It's like I know you guys can't on the video, but
Now, if you just imagine that smoke we just went through and smell like campfire or
Yes.
something, that's kind of what it smells like.
Just got that campfire smell.
Oh, the other thing that I don't think we mentioned on the when would I not drive on this road? At dark.
No, I would just imagine this would be a nightmare driving on at dark. You know, because I'm sure that there's wildlife everywhere.
Well, not to mention the road. You know, there's not a whole lot of light
Oh,
around
there's
here.
a gas station. Oh, $5.59 for gas. Sorry you couldn't see that, but it was.
Sorry, you just scared me.
$5.59.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. More curves, more rocks, more trees. Look at the beautiful foliage.
And another passing lane will come
Oh,
up
yeah.
in a little while. But these cars are going to be so excited.
Yes. Should just name this video's passing lane.
And it doesn't matter how many cars.
Here we
There's
go.
always a set of cars that
Here
come up
we
behind
go.
them.
Right over on the passing lane.
So go, guys, go.
Go fast. Pass us.
Believe
Probably
it or
get some
not,
dirty
there's not
looks.
anybody right behind us.
Really? All right. Well,
I try to slow down so I can get
know
as
the old
many
saying:
people
"You
get-
snooze, you lose." Their loss.
I know, but that was the car who kind of let me in. It didn't try to go around me before, which is really nice. I wouldn't trust a lot
The
of
state motto of California:
people
right
not
lane
to let
ends.
me over.
We make a joke about that because if you get around the big cities, the right lane always ends, and then like another lane will crop up right in front of it. It's like,
Are you
why?
gonna make it, little truck?
Do not.
You did.
pass.
Okay, the rest of you are not gonna make it.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, it's so weird because like the right lanes will always end, and then a new lane will crop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like, why didn't you just keep going
Yeah.
instead of
They're just
stopping the lane and then
They'll never
starting it
save
over
it on
again?
pavement, apparently.
Evidently.
I'm glad we came this way. It's a beautiful drive. It's
Yep.
a lot longer
And I'm probably gonna go to bed
Time-wise.
pretty early tonight.
than 80. Yeah, Judy, her arms are going to be. Thank goodness you got power steering. Jeez, I'm hates.
Could you imagine in the old trucking days? I wouldn't have never taken
with
this
no,
route.
No Jake brake, and you know we got an automatic transmission. Can you imagine downshifting? And
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically all. I bet our fuel mileage is awesome.
Well, I don't know because we're going up and down. No, 9.1.
9.1.
That is not awesome.
That's not awesome.
But of course, we had to go up hills and stop and start in towns and that kind of stuff. So
That will improve before we get to where we're going. I'm sure.
you wish.
Oh, there's the river.
Nice
Beautiful
little
river. You
river
can't
over
see
there.
it. Sorry. Got a mountain river off to the left over here, down in this valley. Have we told them we have a load back?
Yeah, we
We
might
talked
have.
about that.
I don't know. See, this is what happens when you babble on and, you know.
Yeah, you forget what you said. So
You
we do
no
have a
idea.
load that picks up Monday in California and goes back east. I think we did mention that.
Ooh,
Maybe.
cool. Look at that. Look at those huge rocks.
Yeah, so we'll do that. That would be a lovely creek to fish in.
I don't know. I don't know where the fish would be where all the rocks are. Jumping over the
we'd have to
rocks?
learn how to trout fish.
Yeah, by the way, never been. I've been
Trout
fishing, but not trout fishing.
Yeah.
I used to love to fish.
Yeah.
Haven't done it for a long
That
time.
was really pretty. This is like a postcard drive. See, like in 30 years when we're home and sitting on the porch, I'm waving my cane at the kids. So I can go back and watch this video and say, "Look what we did, honey."
Yeah, hopefully the videos still be there. Like it's just like the technology that when I was a kid and the videos, where you had to carry around the big cameras and stuff like that.
Now you have a phone.
And to get it from the camera, and we actually, my mom and dad had a camera that you could put it on reels, and then you had like a little motion picture reeling thing, put it on two different reels. And then we went that to a VHS or a cassette thing, and then put it on discs or CDs, and now we got phones.
Now we have phones that do a much better job than the old things used to.
Yeah, we used to even put up big blankets in the living room to watch videos or our movies, our home movies. We used to call it home movie night.
Home movie night.
Yeah.
There you go.
Had cousins in it, and friends growing up. And
look at that. Keep right, accept the pass.
I'm gonna let y'all go around me. Well, let's see how long this one lasts.
Now the river's on my side of the road. Check that out. Here's the river. Yay. Beautiful river. I am really, people ask us all the time, what is your favorite state? And I think over the years, I really think California is my favorite state to drive or travel through. There's such a huge diversity of climates and terrains, from the deserts, to this, which, we're in the middle of the mountains. It's gorgeous. But I just really think, California is sort of unique. And one of the other, let's talk about our bucket list things that we have not yet done out here on the highway.
Let's say, I think you have more of a bucket list than I do.
I do. I have a bucket list of things I would like to see. 4-lane highway, 4 miles. Oh boy.
Woo-hoo.
So,
getting down in the real world now.
I want to see the giant sequoia trees. And I know there's some here in the Sierras, but I'm talking about the coast redwoods. We missed our opportunity. A couple of years ago, we had a chance to take a load that ran up the coast highway, or not the coast highway, but 101, that runs, and there is a section that runs through the trees where the trees are like literally right on the side of the road. And we missed that, so that's something I want to see. I want to go to Yosemite National Park. That's on my bucket list. Zion National Park, and of course the Grand Canyon. We have yet to go there.
No, we go by the turn for it. That's up like 100 miles or whatever it is up there. On 40.
I want to see Glacier National Park, which we have never made it up to that remote corner of northern Montana. And if you notice, all my bucket list stuff is
national parks,
country, scenic stuff. I have no desire to go to cities.
Yeah, well, one thing we need to do before we get those bucket list things out of the way, unless you're just planning on driving through all those areas, is we need to get in a little bit better shape than we are right now.
Well, speak for yourself.
to hike, that's me. I love to hike and I love to do things, but man, I am not in the shape to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are not in the best of shape.
I need, if there are hiking trails that have a seat every quarter mile, well, maybe 1/8 of a mile.
Yeah,
I could handle those. And I'd have to have some way of dragging along on my water too for the hikes.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. I don't even. Could you take? Sorry, you can't see the river. Really, it's really pretty. I wonder if people like canoe or kayak down that because I
I
mean
would not
it's
think there'd be way too many rocks.
yeah. It's
How would
like
you do that?
too many rocks, not enough water. But I'm sure people do.
I wouldn't want to fish there either because you get your hook caught on the rocks everywhere. I don't
Or
know.
maybe get your fish hooked on. I don't know.
All you can do is just use stepping stones to get across and use.
Right. So I'm not even for sure what river this is. Got to
I
figure.
mean,
this
there are
out.
some like holes where there's not much rock, but
Yeah. I'll have to figure out what river this is. I've been talking too long.
oh, there's so many people that just pull off on the sides of the roads.
Yeah, like unexpectedly, like right there.
Yeah, they're turning out so other cars can go around them. Or they're looking at the creek or river or whatever that is. See,
It's a
at home,
river.
that might be a creek. Here, it's probably a river. It's pretty big, though.
Yeah. That's the South Fork of the American River.
The American River.
The
I
American
wonder how
River.
far the American River goes.
I think it eventually runs into another river.
Which is not the American River.
Let's see if I follow it down far enough. Possibly find
See,
it.
if we were in the Midwest, it would be the Mississippi. Everything flows there.
It flows into Slab Creek Reservoir and eventually flows out into. Where are we going here? Where are we going? River. I'm looking on Google Maps right now.
Yeah, by the landmarks y'all can follow, with the 50 and go on Google Maps and actually see what kind of road we were, obviously you can tell by the video what kind of road we're driving on.
Yeah, Kirby Mountain Road would be the. It eventually flows into the Sacramento River right north of, surprisingly, Sacramento.
Sacramento. I was going to guess that.
Yes. So we were essentially going to pretty much follow this all the way into Sacramento. So as we come into 50, eventually here shortly, we are going to run into a 4-lane highway, and that highway will run us all the way into Sacramento, and then we'll get on Interstate 5, take that south to Lodi, and we'll be there for the evening. And hopefully there's a place to park, keeping your fingers crossed.
I would also not recommend this drive for those with weak bladders.
Oh, yes.
Because I have not, other than little, not for trucks anyway.
Not for trucks. Again,
Make sure you go to the restroom before you hit 50.
No truck parking.
Yeah, there are a few places cars can stop, but not trucks.
Not too many.
Yeah, you'd think they'd just build a truck stop along here somewhere, but
Oh yeah,
I'm guessing
sure
they
all
don't
the
think very
truckers
many
would go out
trucks
of their
will
way.
go this way. Most truck drivers, unlike us, would say, "Heck no, I'm not doing that. That's too much work."
Do not want to turn there.
Ice House Road.
Ice House Road. Look at this.
It's 4-lane, and I will get over. I promise, folks. Y'all can. Ooh, birdie.
Yeah,
Now it's 4-lane. I might be able to go a little bit faster than I was on this.
I'm not really for certain. I'm assuming this stays 4-lane all the way the rest of the way.
Yeah, I don't know. It said 4-lane ahead, so I would assume that it was going to stay
Maybe
this
not,
way for a while.
because now it's back to being a 3-lane highway.
That's true. They're going. That's weird.
But everybody's flying past.
Maybe they had their chance now. Now it's
Cross traffic ahead. Next 7 miles. Yeah. See,
there's almost enough shade. I don't need my sunglasses on anymore.
Yeah. Later in the day, what's the temperature?
60 degrees.
60 degrees on the 11th day of November. Wow.
Oh, speaking of which, Jim, would you give a little bit of history on Veterans Day and What? Why it's on the 11th? Or
Yeah, Veterans Day actually originally started out as something called Armistice Day, which was meant to commemorate the end of World War One. The armistice, or the ceasefire agreement between Germany and the Western powers, was signed at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, and effectively brought World War One to a close. At least the fighting, for the most part. There's still some isolated incidences of people not getting the news, and there was some folks that were killed in battle after the war, technically ceasefire, started. But that's where we got that, and now it is sort of morphed into commemoration of veterans that have served uh, in the military, various wars, and without wars also, veterans that never served in combat. Um, so that they sort of, I guess, in a way, sort of changed the direction of the holiday. But we're thankful for everybody that served in the military, definitely. But my parents and my grandparents called it Armistice Day, and they never really called it Veterans Day. So
okay, and I'm going to throw this out here. How do you spell armistice, and what is
You
that
will
that
have to
breakdown
go
of a word? What's the breakdown and why it was an armistice
why are
day?
you asking me this? I didn't realize there was going to be a history quiz. I was unprepared, even though.
Well, this is what we do all the time. I'll say, "What about this?" and look that up.
Even though
while I'm
I
driving.
have a degree in American history, you know.
No, I was just the breakdown of the word must mean something. I don't know. Like to arms or something. I don't know. Armistice day. I'm guessing.
Why is November 11th no longer called Armistice Day? So I suppose you want. Okay, so you want me to look up the word armistice?
Yeah. Well, no. Go ahead with what you were reading first, because that might give us a hint, or then you can look it up after that.
Okay.
Why is it no longer called armistice?
In 1926, the U.S. Congress officially dubbed November 11th as Armistice Day. Armistice basically means ceasefire.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
End of hostilities. But it's
End
not
of
until 1938 that it became a legal national holiday. In 1954, after World War II had witnessed the greatest mobilization in the nation's history and American forces had fought in Korea, Congress replaced the word armistice with veterans, and November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yes.
So that's what my brain was like. Arms, it must have had something to do with, putting down your guns, I guess, basically, is what my brain says.
Here,
Thinking.
Let me just look it up. Because now she won't be happy.
No, I'm happy with my answer.
Are you happy with it?
I may or may not be happy. Depending on if it was totally wrong, then I won't be happy. My daughter laughs at me because we have our 6-year-old grandson. He's just learning how to spell and read and everything like that. And I like to break down words. I think it's fun. I like to break down sentences. It's fun. So when he's trying to spell something, today he was spelling elephant. Well, he was spelling elephant. I think he spelled it ELAPHINT or something like that. And I said, well, just remember, at the end of elephant is another animal, an insect, an ant. So you can always remember the elephants. And elephants like to squirt the ant off of them. And my daughter just thought I was nuts. She goes, that's just crazy, Mom. Just like, I know. But that's how I did really well in spelling, because I always could break it down. So, Jim, now that I've stalled long enough, do you have an answer?
An armistice is a formal agreement of warring parties to stop fighting. It is not necessarily the end of a war, as it may constitute only a cessation of hostilities while an attempt is made to negotiate a lasting peace. It is derived from the Latin arma, meaning arms, and adciturum. Sorry.
Yeah, pronounce that real quick.
It's this word, meaning a stopping. So there you go. Armistice.
There you have it, folks. Even though most of you probably never even knew it was called that.
Tune in next week for current episode of History on the Road with Jim
History
and
on the
Judy.
road. Yeah. Hey, that's a new twist to our videos. We can do
We're
history on the road.
Not starting a second video channel.
No, just use the same video. Just talk about the history. And it's really kind of cool, but I over the years realized that a lot of drivers are history buffs.
Right.
It seems like when we go to conversations, we kind of it starts and it goes back to history, and the conversations.
Yeah, like one of our early on bucket list things that I wanted to do, which we had already done with the kids, but we got to take a trip to Gettysburg. So we actually rented a car. Our truck was in a shop in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. We drove down to Gettysburg, spent the day, toured the whole battlefield, actually went to church, and that just happened like 12 years ago, right?
Yeah, just happened.
Popped up on our YouTube feed. We went to this church.
Facebook. It was Facebook.
This church is having like their 275th anniversary of this church, and we went, and then they took this giant picture afterwards of everybody that was at the Lutheran church there in downtown Gettysburg. And Judy and I, they wanted us. We were there. We're in the picture. So, and never been back. So I feel sort of bad about that. But so anyway,
that's because we had to rent a car and everything.
Yeah, we are headed back up the mountain. I just noticed that. Look over there. See?
And look, notice to the right, no guardrail.
Yeah, no guardrail. But I'm sure, honey, that
coming up here,
that small asphalt berm that's just now no longer there would stop any fall or any attempt for the truck to leave the highway. Wow.
That's one of those I think is, and I think you've said your mom used to say it. You look over and you could actually eat your lunch on the way down. If you had lunch in the car.
Yeah, we as a kid we took a trip across the Rocky Mountain National Park, and the road that goes across that goes way up above the tree line and everything, and no guardrails. And Mom said to my dad, if you went over the side, you need to pack your lunch because you get hungry before you hit the bottom. So,
thank you. That was the quote I was looking for.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. Like here, obviously a lot of
trees
would stop our descent, but regardless. Not much in the way of anything right there. Just a little bit of an asphalt curb, and there's some.
Hey, there's a guardrail.
Lovely. There's a lovely curve sign there.
Yeah, that almost looks like a U-turn. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't think I'd make a U-turn at 45 mile an hour. Must be a longer U-turn.
Oh, this camera's not gonna like the sun again. Here it comes.
Here comes the sun.
Not saying any.
I know. I just but nobody knows what I was saying.
Now we're gonna get a copyright strike against this because she sung a forbidden song.
No, well, I was stating it in a sing-song voice.
Okay, I'm telling you, if this comes up with a copyright violation, you're in big trouble.
I can't help it. I just stated the obvious in a singing manner.
In the exact harmony used in the song. Or the melody used in the song.
No, wait a minute. That's saying that, I can actually sing, which is not really
true. Well, then I guess we have nothing to worry about, do we?
Yep, nope. Nobody even noticed
that sign. I don't know if you noticed it right there. If you go back and look at the sign, there's actually a electric vehicle charging station up here. Well, earlier, for the first time, I believe, I actually saw one on the road, is one of the new Tesla semi-trucks.
Oh, yes. The ugliest truck, and I am sorry, but I mean, it's probably really efficient, but it was ugly.
It sort of looks like a child's drawing. If you said, like my grandson would sit down and draw a truck when he was like 3, that's pretty much what came out.
Whoops.
So, anyway, Pollock Pines, we're here.
Do I get off here?
No. Why would you get
off
off
Tom's
here?
having me get off here.
Do not get off here. Just keep going straight.
Okay. I don't know why he's having me get off here.
I don't know either. And
and miraculously,
he was having 4,000 foot again. Yeah, had to get off and then get right back on.
Yeah, I think that's probably what he was doing.
There is a way station coming up. It looked like it was a small one on the map, so I don't know if it'll be open or whether it'll get pulled in or anything. But if there is a way station, we're in the video.
Yeah. If we have to go in, but
yeah. So
50
another
west.
50 sign there. So
it's a little bent up.
But I think we're pretty much through the.
Yep, we were Pollock Pines was that exit
super
back there. I think.
scenes. So yeah, we'll title that "The Road to Pollock Pines."
And you've driven with us, and we are now down to 89 miles before we get to our
89
destination.
miles. And so I think we're probably going to end the video, but we'll wait and see if the way station's open, because I know
Anticipation.
the huge number of
Almost
people
did it
that have
again.
stayed to the end probably just can't wait to see if the way station's open or closed. So I don't want to ruin your day. You've been with us for an hour and a half now, and I know you just can't wait.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll probably get up here and there won't even be a way station. That'll
Yeah.
be.
Oh, and you commented earlier about our fuel mileage. The thing about
Yes.
California and the fuel mileage is you just saw that 65-mile-an-hour sign. Well, guess what? That's not for trucks.
Not for trucks.
Because you probably saw the sign before that said 55.
It's always 55.
And that's for trucks. So
Three
generally
axles.
speaking, out here we do get better fuel mileage because we only do the speed limit.
We have a friend that she does not want to drive a 3-axle truck. She likes the ones that have the lift axle, which is that way she can drive 70. So it's sort of
Yeah, because it does depend on how many axles you have out here,
yes.
right?
If you have three axles or more, it's 55. If you only have 2 axles, or you have one that lifts up and you only got 2 on the ground, then you can drive the regular car speed limit.
Yeah, that was a really big point of contention when we first started driving out here,
Yes.
way back in the day. Well, now that
are we back to talking about trucking now?
Oh, yeah, there we go. We're back to trucking. Look.
We're off scenery. Well, the scenery sort of got, Well,
it's still pretty. If you look over, if you couldn't see out the left, it's really pretty out there.
It's gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell or not. We are going downhill slightly. So, but now we're back onto the main highway. So this will basically be a 4-lane all the way to Sacramento.
All the way to the interstate when we get on that.
Coming up soon on Placerville, which is sort of like at the foothills. We're sort of at the foothills section of the Sierra Nevada.
Now, is there a prediction of whether the way station is going to be open or not?
I'm going to say it's closed, mainly because it's Saturday. And there's not that many trucks.
Obviously, we would be the only one being weighed because we have passed 3 trucks I think altogether on this whole ride.
Quite a few
through this hour and a half.
So,
I think there's only been a few.
So we'll see. Now the mean thing would be to end it right before we get up here. So.
Yeah, there you go. You'll never know. We'll tell you the next video.
Yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and we'll let you know what happened. No, we're not going to do that. So, we'll go see if it's open or closed, whatever it is.
And it may not say. It may be one of those that.
But anyway, we're gonna pretty much end the video here soon. Thank you for tuning in. I don't think I've said this yet. Please like and subscribe to the video.
Not that anybody's going to hear you.
It's a little late now.
Yeah.
If you've made it to the end, you've won the prize. So
now you're going to get all kinds of comments. What prize do I get? Who is it that watches to the end all the time?
I know there are some people that watch to the end.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So if you're still here.
Yeah, and if they're still here watching, we are supposed to meet up with friends tomorrow. They're going to come up and grab us at the truck stop and take us out to lunch.
Thanking them ahead of time?
Yep, thanking them ahead of time. So, thank you. Scales
closed. Do not enter. There you go, folks.
There you go. I know you've waited an hour and a half for it.
So now, not only their scales are closed, but this video is closing down.
We are closing down. So, thanks again. We'll see you all in the next video.
So long, everybody.
Good night.